Do you have a negative thought that is dominating your life? And have you stopped feeling happy because your negative thoughts have completely taken control of your quality of life? If this is you, then I have good news for you today. Stay tuned. Hi, my name is Evette Rose, author and founder of Metaphysical Anatomy. And today's topic is how to heal and to change a negative thought. Now, we all have negative thoughts, and I can assure you that you are not alone in the silent inner war battle. Because quite frankly, no one is above feeling weighed down, sometimes by destructive thoughts. And a negative thought in this sense is, for example, now when you're putting yourself down in your mind and you hold a negative opinion of yourself. Now, the root cause of it in this exact exercise is irrelevant. What is relevant is how a traumatic or stressful event altered your way of thinking. Now, like I said earlier, we all have negative thoughts. And sometimes, some of them are stronger and more destructive than others. And then, for example, the obsession that we start to build around a negative thought is what destroys your happiness. And it greatly influences your quality of life. Now, a negative thought, it does not just appear out of the blue. They are an expression of experiences that you've had in the past. That, in this case, of course, it was not a positive experience for you. So perhaps, something happened that caused you to feel, a deep sense of doubt in yourself. And now it triggered shame in you, and it impacted how you feel or felt about yourself in that moment. And now it's affecting how you see yourself in the here and now. Now, this, of course, has a ripple effect into how you think and also how you think other people see you. So negative thoughts can also now come from stressful and traumatic experiences. And also negative thoughts can also belong to your parents. They can actually also belong to your ancestors from your DNA lineage. Now, these type of negative thoughts I call inherited thoughts, and they can actually be triggered by your environment and then felt and expressed through your biological makeup as if though it's yours. Now, these negative thoughts also feel so real because of how your body biochemically reacts to it. You accept these negative thoughts as if though they are your own without questioning it because your emotional body is reacting so strongly to it. Now, a thought that is negative can become so strong that it forms a part of your identity. You start to embody the negative thought and you live your life as if though this negative thought is your truth. Now, a negative thought is just normally a judgment or a reaction from someone else that was projected onto you. And how you reacted to that judgment or action or reaction is what set the negative thought process in motion. Now, later on in life, you continue to think about the negative thought because of the pain of the incident that took place that caused the thought is now unresolved. And your wounded identity feels very challenged to fully heal itself from this old past incident. So keep in mind, that for this specific exercise healing today, we are addressing and healing a negative thought. Normally, a negative thought is an expression of a traumatic event. However, that's more for my level 1 and level 2 rapid growth healing technique where we go deep into the wounded trauma of the emotional body and heal that. However, for today, I'm going to set you on a path for success and show you how easily and effectively you can release yourself from a dominant negative thought. For example, just to also mention here for you, you might be wondering now based on what I just said, what is the difference between healing a negative thought and healing a trauma? Look at when you heal a trauma, you actually automatically collapse hundreds of negative thoughts that are connected to a root trauma. Whereas a negative thought is one of many expressions that is stemming from a singular traumatic event. But that doesn't mean that you have to be held back by that annoying little negative thought, which can actually have a huge ripple effect on your quality of life, your mentality, your emotional body, and how you create your future and your path as well. Thoughts can also form a part of a collective consciousness, right? So a thought, whether it's positive or whether it's negative, it requires energy to be put into the thought in order to put it into motion. And it's now through these beautiful electromagnetic fields, these impulses that are propelled through your heartbeat and your brain waves. It flows through the quantum fields and it pairs itself with similar frequencies that hold the same thought pattern and also the same thought form. So when this process is now repeated over and over through generations, or even just in your life, right? In your lifetime, constantly repeating this thought process, that's now also shared by a large number of collective consciousness of people, because you're not the only person to feel whatever negative thought it is that you're feeling. There are millions of other people who feel the same way. So this thought can then actually start to form its own consciousness that is alive, and it holds its own source of intelligence that is now made up of people's beliefs, including yours. These belief systems, right, that holds a negative thought in place. And so now, if you have a negative thought, the negative consciousness that's now being born through this collective belief in that. So now what you're actually connected to as well is not just your negative thought process, but you're also now connected in an alignment with this collective consciousness that's holding this negative thought in place. So sometimes we do healing work on ourselves, but we don't always think about the collective consciousness that is out there that's also hooking you into that and holding that in place. So now with this collective consciousness that I've been talking about, so you have now a negative consciousness that has now been born, and that you are now connected to that for as long as you hold the negative thought, which means that you are now in full alignment and also in resonance with people who also hold this thought pattern. Okay, so I am ready to help you to start to shift this, and we're also going to break away from this collective consciousness. So first of all, make sure that you have a pen and paper ready, because I need you to answer just a few quick questions before we start the healing process. So step 1, become aware of the negative thought it is that you feel challenged with. And let's just start with one thought. Just one thought for now. One negative dominant thought. And then write down the most appropriate opposite definition of the negative thought, meaning the most positive expression of it. So let's say that, for example, now in this case, that the negative thought is that I'm unworthy, then the opposite of that would be that I am worthy. So write down what it is and then pause the video to give yourself time to think. And then when you've done, you can come back to me. Step 2, where in your body do you feel the negative thought? Meaning, where is the emotional stress of this negative thought now being held in your body? So again, pause the video and write down your answer. Step 3, what in your life will change that you are not ready to change if you did heal this negative thought today? Right? So the answer to this question will actually show you what your hidden fear and your subconscious resistance is to finally healing an aspect of your wounded identity. So I will ask the question again, because I know you're probably going, what did you just say? If you feel like that, perfect. You are exactly where you need to be. That's perfect. So what in your life will change that you are not ready to change if you did heal this negative thought today? Pause the video and write down your answer. Step 4. Now, when you think of the negative thought, when you have awareness of it, whose face or voice do you hear or see that you know? Now, here you might actually sense or feel someone's presence that you've never met before. And if that is the case for you, then this negative thought that you share could perhaps actually belong to an ancestor, or a negative thought that you picked up from a person that you felt very close with from the past. So if you see someone you know, then you know that this thought is shared with that person, And yes, it is possible. For example, also to send someone who is not genetically connected to you. So if that is the case for you, then what we call this now is a soul copy, which we will easily address during the healing session. Or you could just see your own face, meaning it is your emotion that you feel. It's your thought. So now again, pause the video and then write down your answer and be open, right? Be playful with this approach, because you will actually surprise yourself by how accurate it actually really can be. Step 6. Now, when you are aware of the negative thought, who or what made you feel this way? Who or what made you feel this way? This is now based on the negative thought that you feel. Pause the video and write down your answer. Now, what would you be able to embrace in your life if this negative thought is healed today? Pause the video and write down your answer. Okay, so now that you have all your answers, let's start the guided healing session. Now, make sure that you're sitting comfortably or that you're lying down comfortably. And also, make sure that you're not interrupted for the next 20 minutes. I invite you now to imagine, feel, see, or sense yourself standing under a beautiful waterfall. The water is a beautiful, bright, fluorescent color. And it can be any color of your choice. The water is falling on you, over your body, your head, your spine, your arms, your legs, your abdomen, just washing away everything that you don't need. Feel how that beautiful waterfall is just rushing over you, just releasing all stress from yesterday or other people's stress that you took on. Stress that no longer belongs to you. Feeling how the beautiful water is flowing through every single cell in your body, resolving and dissolving any old tension that you feel. It's almost like your body's like a twisted towel, and now it's becoming looser and looser and unwinding and allowing your body to expand. Feeling and sensing how any and all imbalanced energy is now draining out of your body, out of your feet, down, 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 into the earth, to be transformed into new positive energy. Feel the rush of that beautiful light, that waterfall just running over your body, washing every single cell in your body. Feeling how that beautiful waterfall is even just washing away exhaustion, and it's bringing in new life to your adrenals and your lungs. Allowing your body now just to release this old stress that no longer serves your beautiful new identity that's going to start to unfold. And I invite you now, shift your focus to the area where you felt the emotional stress of the negative thought in your body. Imagine that that area now has a color, any color of your choice. Allow this color and the energy of the person or the circumstances that contributed to you feeling this way. Allow that part now to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. Let it grow and expand so big that it just explodes out into the universe, just releasing you from it. Letting it now fulfill its highest purpose somewhere else. This old energy no longer belongs to you. And then taking a really nice deep breath and allowing that beautiful light just to continue to flow over you. Your head, your arms, down your spine, your abdomen, your leg, down out your feet. resolving and dissolving any and all stress that is there. It's almost like dissolving a tablet in water, going, going, gone. And I invite you now to acknowledge out loud to yourself the difference between your identity and the other person who you shared the negative thought with. And if here you didn't share that thought with anyone, you can just be with the moment, just be with the process. And you can say, I acknowledge the difference between my identity and the other person feeling the negative thought. And now, I'm going to affirm powerful positive affirmations with you, and all that you have to do is listen to my voice. I call my power back from the times when I allowed people to judge me. I call my power back from my ancestors who also experienced this negative thought. I call my power back from the times when I believed my negative thought. I call my power back from this negative thought. It is no longer part of my identity. I acknowledge the difference between my identity and this old negative thought. It is no longer real. And now taking another deep breath, breathe with me. Nice deep breath. And now we're going to move to the final step to integrate this healing. And we're going to now activate the Theta brainwave state. And your pineal gland will gently release a little bit of DMT to help the process and to reset your thought patterning. Now, before we start, think of the opposite of the old negative thought, meaning the positive side of it. Hold this positive thought. Keep thinking of it. And when you are ready, we're going to do breath work to activate the Theta brainwave state that will heal the negative thought and replace it with the positive thought. And now, when you are ready, we will breathe in the nose and out the nose 10 times. And then on the last breath, I will ask you to hold it for as long as you can. And I will talk you through it. And now, let's start. Breathe in the nose and out the nose. In the nose and out the nose. Nice deep breaths in the nose, out the nose. In the nose, out the nose. In the nose, out the nose. Nice deep breaths in the nose. We're going to pick up the pace. Out the nose. In the nose, out the nose. Pick up the pace in the nose. Deep breaths out the nose. In the nose, out the nose. Last breath and hold in the nose. As deep as you can and hold. And hold it as long as you can. You will start to feel dizzy, and that is normal. Now, continuously think of the positive thought. Hold the positive thought. Repeat the positive thought. And just surrender to the dizziness. Your body is now just energetically rearranging itself. The brain waves are rearranging themselves. The neural pathways, the synapses, everything is now rearranging themselves. Your body knows exactly what it needs to do. And just be with yourself for a minute or two. And then when you're ready, just feel your feet on the ground. Feel the surface beneath your body. Feel, see, or sense your feet growing roots down, 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 into the earth. anchoring you back down, feeling balanced, coherent, and grounded. Also feeling light and peaceful. And when you are ready, you can gently open your eyes and welcome back. And that, guys, is how you do it. So, another word of advice, if it's possible for you, stand up and just jump a little bit, just shake your arms, shake your legs. It will bring a beautiful feeling of integration and coherence. So stay tuned to my YouTube channel, also my Instagram, Evette Rose with the digit 1. You can go to evettevideos.com to join me here on YouTube. Subscribe. I'm going to be releasing so many more amazing videos about life, psychosomatics, about emotions and ailments. Everything that you want to know as well, ask me questions. I'm so happy to answer. So guys, until next time, be the light that you are.
Hi guys, thank you for joining me, and remember to grab your copy of Metaphysical Anatomy Volume 1 on Amazon, 679 medical ailments. And here I also talk about the psychosomatic root causes of these ailments, and I'm spoiling you because I'm even adding key points for you to start asking important questions to start improving your quality of life and call your power back from your mind, your body, and your past as well. And also remember to follow me on Instagram, Evette Rose with the digit 1, and also on Facebook in Metaphysical Anatomy. Until next time, bye guys.